What if I told you that 87% of people feel lost about their life's purpose? But the answer isn't hiding in some grand revelation. It's actually sitting right in front of you, disguised as your everyday experience. I'm going to show you exactly how to uncover your unique purpose using a simple 3-step method that changed everything for me and thousands of others. Stay with me because by the end of this episode, you'll have a clear roadmap to the life you're meant to live. Hey there, and welcome back to Hope Regain, where we rediscover your love for life, one conversation at a time. I'm so grateful that you're here with me today. And you know, a few months ago, I shared an episode about self-awareness. And wow, the response was incredible. So many of you reached out saying you finally understood yourself better. But you also asked the million-dollar question. Now what? I know who I am. Well, what am I supposed to do with my life? And I get it. Self-awareness is like having a map of yourself. But purpose? That's your destination. That's the why that gets you up in the morning. The thing that makes your heart race with excitement instead of dread. Today, we're diving into what I call the purpose discovery method. This isn't about finding some mystical calling written in the stars. It's about uncovering the purpose that's already within you, waiting to be recognized. Your purpose isn't something you find, it's something you uncover, layer by layer, like an archaeological list discovering treasure that was always there. So let's start with some real talk. The biggest lie we've ever been told about purpose is that it should hit us like lightning. That one day we're just going to wake up and just know what we're meant to do. But here's what actually happens. We wait and we wait and we wait some more. Meanwhile, we watch everyone else seemingly living their dream lives on social media, wondering what's wrong with us. I remember years ago sitting in my car in a parking lot after another soul-crushing day at a job that just paid the bills, but it killed my spirit. I literally Googled how to find your life's purpose and got about 15 million results. Talk about overwhelming. The problem isn't that we don't have a purpose, it's that we've been looking for it in all the wrong places. We think purpose has to be grand and world-changing, like we need to cure cancer or start a movement, or obvious and clear, like a neon sign pointing us in the right direction. Singular and specific, like there's only one thing that we're meant to do. Or externally validating, like others need to approve of our choice. But what if I told you that's all backwards? Here's the truth that changed everything for me. Your purpose isn't about what you do. It's about who you are and how you show up in the world. Think about it. Mother Teresa's purpose wasn't working with the poor in Calcutta. Her purpose was expressing unconditional love and compassion. The location and method were just how she chose to express the core purpose. Steve Jobs' purpose wasn't about making computers. It was creating tools that amplify human intelligence and creativity. See the difference? Purpose is the why behind the what. Purpose isn't a destination you arrive at. It's a compass that guides every step of your journey. The second problem is what I call purpose pressure. We put so much weight on finding the purpose that we paralyze ourselves. We think if we choose wrong, we're stuck forever. But what if purpose isn't a life sentence? What if it's more like a river that flows and changes as we grow? and we're going to grow. I've had multiple purposes throughout my life. In my 20s, my purpose was learning and growing. In my 30s, it became healing and helping others heal while supporting and raising my family. Now, it's about empowering others to rediscover their love for life. Same core values, just different forms of expression. The third problem we have is comparison. And I always say, don't compare. We're really good at doing that. This is something we do a lot, and it's easier to do with all the social media we have around us. We look at someone else's purpose and think it should be ours too. But your purpose is as unique as your fingerprint. It's built from your experiences, your values, your natural talents, and yes, even your struggles and your pain. Your greatest struggles often become the birthplace of your most meaningful purpose. All right. So if traditional approaches to finding purpose doesn't work, what does? This is where the self-awareness episode becomes crucial. Because to discover your purpose, you need to understand 3 core elements about yourself. These are activities that light you up from the inside. Not things that you're necessarily good at, but things that make you lose track of time. Things that energize you rather than drain you. For me, it's having deep conversations with people about their dreams and their struggles. I can do this for hours and feel more energized at the end than when I started. Remember from our self-awareness episode how we talked about being honest with yourself and looking at who you truly are. Now we're looking at how those values want to be expressed in the world. If authenticity is one of your core values, your purpose might be involving helping others be more genuine. If justice is important to you, your purpose might involve creating fairness or equality in some area. This comes from your life experiences, both the beautiful ones and the challenging ones. What have you learned that others need to hear? What problems do you see that others might miss? My unique perspective comes from experiencing burnout, overwhelm, abuse, poverty, homelessness, extreme grief, and depression. They all sound extremely horrible, but in all honesty, I had a great opportunity to learn and grow from them and really discover stuff about me. And then I found my way back to loving life. That journey in itself gave me a lot of insight, and I could share this insight with others walking in a similar path. Now, here's the magic. Your purpose lives at the intersection of these 3 elements. But here's what's really cool. Your purpose doesn't have to be your career. It can be expressed through volunteering, parenting, creating art, having an hobby, or mentoring somebody else, or even how you show up in your day-to-day life or at your job. Purpose isn't about changing your entire life. It's about bringing intention to the life you already live. So let me share a quick story. And I've changed the person's name, of course. Don't want them to be flagged out here. Sarah thought she needed to quit her accounting job to find purpose. Through this method, she discovered her natural energizer was organizing and creating systems. Her core value was helping people feel secure. And her unique perspective came from growing up in financial instability. Her purpose ended up being helping people create financial peace through organized systems. She didn't quit her job. She started offering financial planning workshops on weekends and eventually wrote a book. Same job, completely different experience, because now she saw how her work connected to her deeper purpose. The beautiful thing about this approach is that it honors where you are right now while opening up possibilities for where you could go. You don't have to have it all figured out to take the next meaningful step. Okay, so now that we've had a look at all of that, how do you actually apply this to yourself? Let me give you the step-by-step process. So the first question you're going to ask yourself just this week, we're going to start one baby step at a time, is what energizes me? So for the next 7 days, keep a simple energy log. At the end of each day, write down what activities gave you energy, what drained you, and when did you lose track of time in a good way? And I can tell you, I can do that easily by doing puzzles with my mom. Don't overthink this. Just notice the patterns. The next step you're going to take, and this you can start the next week, is take your top 3 values that you found within yourself, and for each one ask, how is this value currently being expressed in my life today? How would I like to express this value more fully? And what would it look like if this value was central to my daily activities? So the next step, step number 3 that we're going to take, and we're going to wait till the next week, week number 3, is the perspective inventory. This is the deep work. So this is where you ask yourself, what challenges have I overcome that others are still facing? What do I see about life that others might miss? What advice do friends and family consistently ask me for? And what injustices or problems make me feel compelled to act? Really get you going. Really stir that fire. Step number 4 is what we're going to do in week number 4, and that's the integration exercise. So now we're going to map these 3 elements and look for overlaps. Your purpose lives where these 3 intersect. Start small. Don't quit your job or make massive changes or anything like that. Instead, ask yourself, how can I express this purpose in one small way this week? Maybe it's having a meaningful conversation with a coworker. Maybe it's volunteering for 2 hours. Maybe it's starting a blog or joining a community group. Very simple, something small. Again, we're taking in baby steps. Small, consistent actions aligned with purpose create more transformation than grand gestures without direction. Step number 5 is what we call the evolution mindset. So remember, purpose evolves as you do, and you are going to evolve throughout this process even. Check in with yourself every 6 months. Ask, how has my understanding of my purpose shifted? What new aspects of my life am I discovering? And trust me, putting these steps into place, you're going to discover new things. It happens naturally. And how can I express my purpose more fully in this season of my life? Again, expect things to evolve and change as you go. That's part of discovering your purpose, is the evolution. The key is all about starting before you even feel ready. Purpose isn't revealed through thinking, it's revealed through doing, reflecting, and adjusting. Here's what I want you to remember. You already have everything you need to live a purposeful life. It's not hiding somewhere out there. It's within you, waiting to be acknowledged and expressed. Your purpose doesn't have to save the world to be meaningful. Not at all. It just has to be authentically yours. If this resonated with you, I've created a comprehensive worksheet that walks you through each step of the purpose discovery method. You can download it for free on my website, and the link is in the description. If you know someone this message could help, please share it with them. We want to build the strongest community that we can, supporting each other, getting better. And it's all about sharing lessons with each other to help each other. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and Pinterest. And don't forget to subscribe and click on that little bell so you don't miss the new stuff each week. I love reading your messages. It means so much to me. And the more that I can share with others and get better ideas of what you need to hear, the better it helps me too. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself. Be curious. And most importantly, be willing to start before you have all the answers. You're worth it. The path to purpose isn't about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself, one intentional choice at a time. And next week, we're talking about overcoming the fear of chasing what matters most to you. Because knowing your purpose is only half the battle. Having the courage to live it is where the real magic happens. Until then, keep rediscovering your love for life, and we'll see you next week.